Oftentimes, when we want to buy a new home and sell our old one, the purchase date and the sale dates don't exactly match up. It's specifically problematic when you're obligated to buy a new home before your old home is sold. Well, that's where bridge financing comes into play. Today's topic is bridge financing. At some point in your life, you are likely to upsize or downsize your home. In an ideal case, you sell your old home and buy your new home on the exact same day. In a worst case, you would hope to sell your old home and then buy your new home. It becomes problematic when you're obligated to buy a new home before you've actually sold your old home. This is where bridge financing comes into play. Bridge financing is a very expensive, short-term form of mortgage. There are two kinds of bridge financing. There's a regular bridge and an open bridge, and today we're going to discuss both and figure out which is going to be more appropriate to your circumstances. Regular bridge financing is the most common. Regular bridge happens when you've got a firm sale agreement on your old home. That is, you've got an offer and the buyer has removed subjects already. In this case, there's very little risk because you and the lender both know that your home will be sold and it's just a simple timing issue. So these regular bridges are typically for very short terms. Most lenders will advertise 30 days and often go up to 60, and they're provided by the lender that's doing the mortgage on your new home. These also carry a minimal fee, usually a couple $100, but the interest rate is quite high. Think prime plus 4 type of thing. Now, the interest rate being high is not a major concern because, again, the money is only outstanding for a few weeks. Once the old home sells, then all the money comes in, the new mortgage funds, and away you go. The other type of bridge is the open bridge, and it's where things get a lot more interesting. The open bridge financing is necessary if you don't have a firm sale agreement. This includes the case where you do have your home sold, but the buyer has not yet removed subject. Typically, your mortgage commitment on your new home will confirm that it's not valid unless you've sold your old home. Selling your old home could take a long time. Because of this, these types of mortgages are open-ended. They may not be paid back for an extended period of time. Typically, they're approved for only a year at a time, but hopefully you'll have sold your home in less than a year. These types of mortgages are provided by specialty third-party lenders. That is, not the bank that's giving you your new mortgage and not the lender on your old mortgage. These are normally done by way of an inter alia mortgage, which means that they put a second mortgage on your old home and a first mortgage on the new home. They're also very expensive. Think 2 to 3% fee or more, and interest rates of prime plus 5 or more. These mortgages get paid out when your old property sells, and then you have to refinance your new property. Because they're so expensive, they should only be considered as a last resort. Regular bridge financing is not a big deal, but open-ended bridges can get very expensive very quickly. This is another great reason why we advise to always put a subject to sale clause into your offer. If you find yourself in the situation where you're having to close on a home and you haven't yet sold your old home, it could get very expensive. The good news in all this is that you do have options, and further to that, the more equity you have, the more options you'll have, and the less they're going to cost you. But they can still sometimes be quite expensive. Thanks, and I hope this helped.